Hello and welcome back everyone. Progress is coming incredibly slow, if I do say so myself, with this ship. But it's progress nonetheless. We got a little bit of cosmetic on the back there, and needs a little bit of fleshing out. But I think the rest of this top piece, aside from maybe the side here, is going to be more or less a copy of what I have there. So that should hopefully help speed things along a little bit. I don't know. I haven't quite decided just yet what I'm going to do. What I do know is that I want to get more of these side pieces to fill out the front. But before we can do that, let's see if there's anything I can continue to throw on there. Like I said, I'll probably just continue on the copies of before, so that just means we're going to find the shell piece once again and just throw it on there. Real question is do I want to make it longer or not? For the sake of speeding things up. How would that look if I do scale it down? Can I make it look different enough even though it is an identical piece or not? That would be really nice if I can somehow do that. Adds a little bit of difference to it. Oop, helps if I keep it selected first off. So, set axis, if I recall, flattens it, or I can stretch it out there. So there's possibilities here. I may have to move it up to the metal frame, move it back some, and we'll see how that looks. Ideally, I would like it to cover over the metal frame as opposed to being under the metal frame, but hey, I'm not picky. And it fits there nicely, I gotta say. Of course, textures are a bit of an issue. I want to try and make that not as obvious or apparent, if there's any way I could do that. Which may not be likely. Overall, I do like the potential there. Again, we'll need to figure out how to fill out the metal frame on the side. Do I make it higher or not? Because that fits in there. Seems a little bit too thick though, so that's my only concern. So I wonder if I just want to actually do make it smaller, try and help fit it in there decently. Of course, that just means more work on the front here. But making it smaller seems ideal. And it kind of flushes in nicely with the metal frame if it were to do that. But again, I am going to ultimately get rid of this metal piece, so I don't think I want to do that. So I think what I'm learning from this is to continue the rotation down and just lift it up until I get basically the same kind of effect. Maybe a tiny bit more. Hopefully, well, the only problem I have with that is now the entire metal frame on the side showing, including here, so I don't know if I'm fond of that. Let's see. And again, I would like to change this tech. Well, I would like if that metal texturing there wasn't so big, ideally. Not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately. But at least now that we have that there, we can put some side pieces on to kind of cover over. But do I want, before I put these side pieces on to cover over the metal frame, do I want to put some texturing there? I think I do. How about we put some actual lighting effects on for the first time on the top of the ship? Like an observation network or observation center of some kind. These would have to be incredibly small, but I wonder if these will fit what I'm looking for. And of course, it is in a completely separate, different spot than I would have liked, so let's try and fix this some, shall we? Get ourselves a copy and try to put this in place some. And how small do I want to make it? Hell, there's potential if it was upside down. Maybe. I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit though. And again, sizing. What kind of sizing do I want for this area? I don't think I want that too big. I want this to be relatively small, but let's see, let me just play with some. Just a shame I had to connect it to an awkward spot that the angles are a bit sideways. And I want this to be a little bit different than what I did with the Watcher. I don't want this to feel like a copy if I can help it. If I can help it. So how do we make this look a little bit different? Try and move it back some, maybe spread it wider. Well, twisting it doesn't help too much either, because it looks really hollow on the inside. I don't know if that I'm fond of that or not. And because of the lane, it does stick out like a sore thumb, which is kind of part of the reason why I want it to be smaller. Maybe we make it as small as possible. Go all the way down to 10 scaling. And see how that looks. Although again, this axis shifting is going to be a little awkward. Now, do I invert it? Of course, inversion is going to be a pain in the ass. Needless to say, because that completely changes dynamic. And of course, that's like, yeah, that's the exact same axis anyway. That wasn't the axis I wanted. I just wanted to see if this way would work better or not, so probably not if I were to hazard a guess. I'm not getting the feeling it would work better anyway. Can I raise it up and maybe work better there? Can I get it flush in? That could be good. I just need a proper rotation now, which is a bit annoying considering the bottom, that section there goes down on me. And then maybe we can stretch the set axis some, just a tiny bit, because it's going to be fairly noticeable when it starts getting stretched out needlessly. I think I'm onto something here. Because I like the size of it compared to everything else. It just needs to get in there flush. It helps if I maybe move the camera some. It's going to be a bit tricky though. Come on, just a little more. Little more. I think we're onto something here. It's in there pretty good, but is it to my liking? It's not bad, it just needs one little shell piece there to kind of cover over. A little, very tiny shell piece, so if I can make this as small as possible with this fit, just to have the center lane show up. Problem of course being, it's hard to really get it connected to the proper spot. And I don't even know where it went. Alright, there we go. Oh, excuse me a moment. Getting a bit of gas again, damn it. Alright, so the plan here is to make this as small as possible. And ideally, just get that lighting to show up. Which means this will need to be rotated a bit. How does that look? It's close and it's almost could fit flushly in there if I do it right. The bit of lighting on the side is intrusive, it's the only concern right now. It's really damn close though to my liking. I just need to figure out a good position, maybe stretch it some. Or maybe I can get the length of these pieces out a little bit longer. Just one more? Or is that too much? I worry that may be too much. Covers up the lane there. It's not bad. Can't really zoom in much to get a nice close-up of it. I do like it. I do like it though. Only thing, if I were to criticize it, was like maybe stretch it out more, but of course that's going to require a lot of work to adjust. Let me just stretch it a tiny bit and see if I can place it. Maybe. I don't know if that's helping me much. No, it doesn't seem to be helping my cause without readjusting everything. let's leave it as is. Leave it as is for now, because I like this as is. Maybe we could put some more lines on the front, because we are kind of looking closer towards the cockpit portion. And it was still the question of what to do about the metal frame here. That's like basically all that is like a massive metal frame. I don't want that. Can get some components here. Let me just throw this piece on, I guess. Try to figure this out some. And hopefully I can find some way to throw some more on there for cosmetic purposes. Just to feel like I put some proper work into this thing. Rather than just cheat it by copying what's going on in the back half. I don't even remember what the scale is for that component, but that's fine. It doesn't need to be the same size, it just needs to handle what I'm looking for here. The problem is it doesn't seem to be perfectly centered either. It doesn't look like I'm going to get it centered, which is going to suck, because there might be a bit of metal overlap or metal sticking out. But we'll get through this. We'll get through this somehow. Now, scaling. Let's make it wider, adjust the length, and I would like to get that to connect if I can somehow get it curved that way, which does not seem too feasible. Yeah, there's the issue I'm talking about there. I may have to change rotation by a single degree. Which axis do I rotate? There we go. Again, would like that to connect somewhere, because these other two pieces aren't too terribly bad, it's just here, which I could probably fix up in time. We'll worry about that later. And the last piece here, do I want to put anything on that, and most importantly, where do I want to put the cockpit? I think I want to kind of put a cockpit underneath there rather than on top. Now, the question is, what kind of cockpit do I go for that I can work with here? Is it possible for the lighting here to be used as like the center, the main point? And if so, is there a way I can make the remainder of it not as intrusive? Let's see. That's not bad. The only thing I don't like is the antenna, or those little bits and sticking on the front. I do like that potential. It conveniently almost sticks in the back if I want to stretch out the scaling. That seems way too easy to my liking. Almost. And I probably want to shrink that said scaling down some, so that way I can get as much of the cockpit sticking as I can. Maybe? But of course, again, the antenna points are sticking out. So maybe I don't want to do that. Raise up a little bit. That's not too shabby. Maybe not the most ideal, so I almost do want it to stick out. There is going to be some issue with this texture, though, but I like it. I actually do like that. A lot of the bottom pieces might have to readjust there to a vague extent. Like this one piece here, do I want that to stay, or does that portion sticking out do it any good? Or even better question, do I want well, it's, oh god damn it, it's attached to it. It's attached to it, so that might cause problems. Just a little bit. I do like that though. That is a really good, easy way to get back on track. Now, it's still a matter of filling up the top. So, how do we do that? How can we do that? I do like the potential of this, but I don't think there's any way I can get the lighting to appear without it looking too awkward though. I'm thinking here. Thinking for some kind of idea. I don't know if I want actual more cockpit like stuff, because this almost single-handedly does it for me. It's got the right size, a good amount of lighting there. I like that. That fits. So, how do I do this? Because I do want to put more texture on there, and I don't quite want to put a shell on there. And this is, I tried this before, and it didn't work out very well, so we'll ignore that. Maybe I do want a shell. Let's try this thinner one, this narrower one, rather than just do the one with the more curve end there. And see if we can do this with anything. Hell, I'm kind of half tempted to make this like a two-piece almost, and have it like sideways rather than directly on the front. Now, can I do that in a way that makes it look good though? And of course I'm still 1 degree snap. So let's fix that. And play with this a bit, see if we can get it to work at all. I'm trying to figure out what I want, because overlapping points definitely is not ideal, so which probably means it needs to be pushed out longer, if not just bring that scaling further. But anyways, I just had a thought, maybe since I'm trying to do this a little bit differently anyway, maybe I just get rid of this piece and go back to the original one I was using for. If it would stop, goddamn, swapping all the settings on me there, which is a little annoying. Instead, we'll try this one, because this one probably work a little bit better, but we're going to have 2 of them like normal. And try and figure out a way to have them fit sideways there. So I think I have an idea how to do that. We're going to try and have it connect to a metal frame there on the side, and then possibly stretch it out. Well, it helps if I keep using the right axes there. I keep going to Y when I don't mean to, or don't need to. Try stretching it out and see if that can we can get like a seamless fitting here of some kind. Does not seem likely though, but we'll try it anyway. First off, I think we want to adjust the settings there to kind of flatten it a bit. And see if we can get something out of this. Possibly. I don't know what it's going to look like there in the end though, because it needs to be almost completely flush if I want to have any hope of it fitting right. Almost to the point I need a single degree rotation for this. Let's see. Whoops, I did not want to hide you, so I think I almost want to rotate downward instead. Now, how are we looking with this being flush? Aside for excess amount of metal frame I'm not comfortable with, which I would like to hopefully get rid of, which is going to be a bit tricky. But again, I don't have to worry. If I do this right, I won't have to worry about the metal frame. That's going to get covered up. So, can we stretch this out now upward? And maybe Z axis curves it in nicely. It seems decent. Gotta get the rotation snap in. I just like how it sinks into a point, but we can work with this. We just need another piece in the middle now of some kind to kind of help fill it all together. What would be a good piece? What would be a good piece here? I do have an idea of some kind. Do I want to do it this way or not? That's the only thing I'm uncertain of. Because I tried this with the Hornet before, but I don't know if it's going to fill in and give me the best look or not. And help, again, let me just change this rotation snap. Fix that. There we go. And try and rotate into place, see if how that looks. Because if anyone remembers the Hornet, I had two of these things basically merged together on top of each other with a right enough curvature, and they just kind of fit right into the middle of a gap there almost perfectly. Not saying that's what's going to happen this time, but I'd like to try and see. Aside for that little metal overlap, this could have potential. Yeah, gotta be mindful of all this metal overlap. So, how to best do this? Again, it feels like I have to do rotational single snap degrees now. Pretty damn close. Not perfect, but close. And I don't think stretching is a good idea, is it? Nope. Not quite. Is there any stretching of any kind I can do? Aside for the fact that sinks in there. Only way I can think of that working is with a proper piece down below. And I think I know what I can do with that. Again, I have to switch everything back here. Gotta find a nice center point. This shrunk down could... Up! Damn it. I've gone down too much. Now I'm too high. Everything's falling apart. Because that little gap there in the middle is almost begging for a component like this to sink right in there. Again, I'll have to do a lot of finishing touches there afterwards, so that is going to be the really tedious part if I actually go to that length. But we'll focus on the main structure of it and see if that works. Now, rotation and scaling. Well, I can't get scaling down any more than I like. So this is as small as I'm going to get it. So it better damn well be enough. This is part of the reason why I wished I made things a little bit bigger when I start off. That way I have a little bit more room to work with for these finer touch type of things. Now, what else do I need out of this? I think I just need to rotate down more. Well, really, I need to sink in more so that the bottom's not exposed as much. And I keep getting this mixed up with all these axes in that for some reason. If I rotate up like that, well, it sticks out a bit. So it is going to be a bit of a hassle to try and figure out. Needless to say. So what do I want? I don't want the bottom piece to show at all, if I can help it. And then rotate that in there so it seems almost flush in some form. So proportional scaling can help me with that. Whoops. Well, that is a little excessive, isn't it? Thankfully, that's not a big issue. That was the axis I was not even playing with. That doesn't really look the best, does it? Hopefully, I'm not really liking that. It doesn't fit what I'm looking for, which is a little unfortunate. Yeah, stretch it too much. I'm not really liking it. It's mainly because of this metal frame texture, so in the end that kind of needs to get fixed up, doesn't it? And two more of these pieces on the side can help fill out this reasonably well. We're going to try that with it connecting to the right point that I want. We'll do that one more time. Oops, again, let me get this proper rotation snap. Makes my life a little bit easier, hopefully. And just get this into place. We are making progress. This thing probably looks more like a freighter than a warship, though, I have to be honest. Looking at all these, like, loading bays or whatever the hell you want to call these tanks. That's kind of what it feels like they are. Just gas tanks of some kind. It doesn't seem like a ship of war. Hopefully the weaponry and cosmetic touches will help fix that. One can hope. And of course the offset scaling kind of is annoying because it's at an angle rather than flush straight down. Now, I'm gonna have a bit of a hassle filling this out without a curve. So how do I want to do this? Because I'm half worried that this rotation will mess things up. Because, yeah, they both look the exact same, don't they? So how the hell do I make this work? I don't know how to make this work. If it's the scaling thing I'm having an issue with again or not. Okay, there we go. I don't know what exactly I'm hoping to accomplish though. My mind's not built for this like crazy puzzle that I'm trying to solve here. If I can solve... Nope, that does not do it. This is just boggling my mind. And it's not getting any better, damn it. All I want is to kind of seem straight. So what am I trying to change? In all honesty. Because that doesn't do crap. As far as I'm concerned. And that just seems like an awkward slight angle, which I'm not fond of either. I just want to twist it. So that way it can go in there properly. Is that even possible? Let me just reset everything. Don't know if it's going to do much. So I need this to twist. Alright, so this kind of is what I want. And now I want sideways some so that hopefully when I lower it in, it goes in that way, and of course it doesn't work very well as a result. So it does not seem to go very well. I had this issue the last time with the back piece, and this is getting really, really annoying. So, how do I fix this? Well, this almost has what I'm looking for, so let's start with that there. Somehow gotta fix the rotation some. Set axis and all that good stuff, or scaling. See, do I actually want to connect? I probably don't want to connect. There needs to be something else there. And I gotta fix this stupid piece. I hate it. There. That sort of does it. Now I just gotta sink it in some. Although, I'm gonna have a metal frame issue regardless, so it seems. So that's not gonna work out to my liking. It's in there. Is it what I want or not? These curves are annoying. And I still need one piece to put on top. So is there a simple piece we can put to do that? Kinda half tempted to put this piece on here, but I don't know how the hell I'm gonna put it in a way that works. Is there any way I can make this little box work? I was thinking of maybe rotating sideways and just stretching out. That doesn't sound like a good idea though, quite frankly. It doesn't really sound like a good idea, so I'm not sure what to expect from this. But hey, we're making progress, and I am elevating this thing to space, so I do not want it to get in your proper place. There you go. Hopefully this will be good enough for what I'm looking for. I have no idea what the hell I'm going to expect from this, so let's stretch it out and see what happens. And hopefully the magic will take care of itself. One can hope, right? Because it can fit as a good cover, at least, if nothing else. That's respectable. It probably needs a little bit of a rotation to kind of hide the metal there. Is that good or not? Or do I adjust the axis scaling some? That's not bad. Maybe sink in a tiny bit. I don't know what the hell to make of that, quite frankly. It seems decent on looking at it at the front, but of course the side, without the lighting there, you can kind of see the texture is incomplete. So that's going to be annoying. It is pretty good though. There is still a discrepancy there because of how the front looks as opposed to it, but I'm content to leave that be. Damn. I don't even know if we made something that was worthwhile looking, because we still gotta fill out the side. That's the real guilty culprit, I think. I have no clue how to do that. Oh god. Let me at least make these engines smaller, because I think they're way too big now to my liking. To the scale I'm looking for, so let's try and fix that somehow and continue on from there. And it looks like we got a good spot to kind of connect a superstructure there now. I just honestly don't know if we're making progress or not.